Guided by a Milwaukee County Sheriff's deputy, Marvin Patterson is dressed in orange, coming from jail after being accused of shooting and killing 18-year-old Kiera Brown.
Did Mr. Patterson implicate himself in the death of KLB?
Yes, he did.
Now charged with first-degree reckless homicide, use of a dangerous weapon. Detective James Hutchinson testified about Patterson's admission of what happened on March 26th. That morning, Kiera was found shot in the passenger seat of Patterson's white Audi near 98th and Carmen.
He, at one point, took that gun in his hand, pointed it at her head, and pulled the trigger. He stated that it was a horrible mistake or accident.
But this incident has devastated a family and host of friends.
This is inexcusable. It hurt.
Kiera's mother, Kenesha Brown, is heartbroken, losing her daughter in such a tragic way, recently saying her final goodbye to the high school senior who had big dreams.
We laid her to rest on Friday. I just wanted to look him in his eye, so he could see, see all what he did to everybody, not just to me, everybody. He hurt a lot of people, taking my daughter away.
Loved ones clutch each other, preparing for a journey to justice.
Just pray for us and, pray that he never gets out of jail.
Yo, YouTube, what's going on? Trey back again, hit you with a video. Now, this is an update to a story that I did about 2 weeks ago coming out of Milwaukee. Yes, Milwaukee. Barely get stories from Milwaukee, but when I get them, they be very gruesome. And 9 times out of 10, it's a man doing something to a woman. As in the case of this Miss Kiera Brown, where her jealous ex-boyfriend, Marvin Patterson, decides to take it upon himself. If he couldn't have her, then nobody else nobody else could, excuse me. But anyway, he decides of all things to pick up a loaded gun and put it to her head and basically blow her brains out right there in front of him. And to add insult to injury, he act like, it was a mistake, like he didn't want to do it, like it was a terrible accident. There's no accident when you go pick up somebody and you talking to them and you thinking the whole time, because if you wasn't thinking, you would crash that vehicle or you would make other kind of mistakes. So it's funny how people can do everything perfectly, till you get this person where you want to lure them to, and then you pick up a gun, put it to their head. So you already thinking, it's already premeditated, and then you pull that trigger and you end that person's life, all because that person didn't want to be with you no more. And this is why I tell you, tell a lot of people, once you get over these relationships, whether it's a bad relationship or even if it was a good relationship, it's a reason why you broke up with that person. But especially if it was bad, because some people do end on good terms where they still be friends, they still be cordial, and even if inside they don't like that person they used to be with, because a lot of us feel that way, you still have respect for that person because you have respect for yourself, and you're not going to make yourself look like a fool, because any person that respects themselves is not going to make themselves like a fool. So you will let that person be. But you have people in this world who will not let you be. Trust me, I know, because I done had a gun pulled on me by a crazy heifer also. And I'll tell you all that as with this story going right here. But anyway, I'm going to read a snippet from this story and give my opinion. Surely, as we go. He's hurt a lot of people. Man accused of killing Kiera Brown pleads not guilty. But I end up thinking they end up changing his mind and made him plead. Well, they didn't make him. He ended up changing his plea and pled guilty, I think. But let's go and get into this story out of Milwaukee. Marvin Patterson, 19 years old, look every bit of 39 and a half in the face. The Milwaukee man charged in connection with the shooting death of Kiera Brown, 18 years old. Y'all better leave these damn thugs alone. I don't know what y'all be thinking. Boy, I don't know. Anyway, was in court on Monday for his preliminary hearing. He's accused of shooting Brown in the head and leaving her to die in a vehicle in an alley. That's sad right there. Number one, it's sad, also to even kill her. But then you're going to leave her there. I guess he said to himself, well, hell, that was the whole point of me shooting her, was to leave her there to die. Let's continue. During the hearing, a Milwaukee police detective testified after Patterson allegedly confessed to the crime to this detective. The detective testified that Patterson did implicate himself in Brown's death. He said at one point he took the gun in his hand, pointed it at her head, and pulled the trigger. He said that it was a horrible mistake, accident, the detective said. The court approved a stipulation to the case of death. The court approved a stipulation to the cause of death being ruled a homicide due to a single singe through gunshot wound to the head. Patterson's attorney issued a motion to dismiss the case, which was denied. probable cause was found further proceedings. And Patterson was bound over for trial. He has pled not guilty, so he pled not guilty. A scheduling conference was set for April the 18th. Kiara Brown's mom, Kenesha Brown, was emotional as she spoke with Fox 6 News after Patterson's preliminary hearing. He didn't even turn it around. He know people wanted to see his face. He knows that. I just wanted to look at him in his eyes, so that he could see, all what he did to everybody, not to just me. Everybody. He heard a lot of people taking my daughter away, says Miss Kenesha Brown. Now, Kenesha Brown said loved ones laid Kiara Brown to rest on Friday. He needs to feel our pain. He needs to feel our pain, see our pain that we have. All we have is memories and pain. It's sad. Pray that he never gets out of jail. Most likely he won't. I just know it hurts, and he doesn't know what he has done to this family. He's hurt a lot of people. A lot, said Kenesha Brown. He's been in Milwaukee his whole life. In 2017, he graduated from Vincent High School. Patterson defense said he was working up until his current incarceration at Walmart in Timber Care. He has no record. He did turn himself in. And who gives a damn if you turned yourself in? You took somebody's life. See, let me get something straight. People must live in this Alice in Wonderland, Fantasyland, or Disneyland, or watching too much cartoons. Whenever you put yourself in the capacity to be judge, jury, and executioner, you already done crossed the line. So you can have a clean record, but once you go kill somebody, the hell with the clean record. It wouldn't matter. It shouldn't matter if you had 3 to 5, 10 felonies. If you kill somebody like this with malice, who cares if you're gonna be sorry? Yeah, you're gonna be sorry, because now you don't figure it out. Okay, well, I'm gonna get all this emotional. I'm gonna get all this time and everything. I can't do 20, 30, 40, 50 years of life. Then everybody want to be sad, but you ain't sad while you're thinking about what you're going to do before you take this person's life. You know what I'm saying? Your heart that damn broken, you're that damn weak, where you can't just let this woman be, go on by her business and find you somebody else. I don't understand that, Anyway, let's continue this story. According to the criminal complaint, officers were dispatched to the 98 in Carmen in Milwaukee around 5:30 a.m. on March the 26th for the report of a person shot in a vehicle. Police had been alerted by a citizen who had observed a white car blocking an alley with the driver's door open. The citizen did not observe anyone in the driver's seat, but observed a woman who appeared to be dead in the passenger seat, according to the police. Brown was shot inside a vehicle at that location and died from her injuries. Patterson told investigators that he then decided to point the gun at Brown's head, and when he did so, the gun went off. Patterson told detectives he didn't intend to kill Brown. After the shooting, Patterson said he freaked out and drove the car into an alley and left the scene. Okay, so you riding around with the dead body. If you freaked out it was really an accident and you want to make it easy on yourself, why don't you just take it to the hospital? You know what I'm saying? And accept the consequences then, since you allegedly also turned yourself in. Of course you're going to turn yourself in. They're going to track your ass down. Have you ever seen the movie U.S. Marshals with Tommy Lee Jones and Wesley Snipes? They'll track your ass down from Canada all the way over there to Washington State. And I ain't talking about Washington, D.C. So anyway it go, they was going to track you down anyway, have you all over the damn news. You wouldn't be able to live with all that pressure. You can't even live with the pressure right now. But the point is, if you pointed the gun at the head, how did it go out? Oh, they have one of them hair triggers, and guys that know about guns or women that know about guns know what I'm talking about. You can barely just go like this, breathe on it, it'll go bang. You feel me? But the point is, you never should have pointed a gun at her, period. Whether it was a mistake or accident. If it was a mistake, why didn't you get on the phone and call 911? You know what I'm saying? Why didn't you try to apply pressure to where the bullet hole was, unless you got a goddamn 45 or a 357 or a damn Desert Eagle? If that's the case, it's over with. Let's continue this story. Brown's mother told Fox 6 News Patterson came to Brown's home prior to the shooting. It was out of the blue. She didn't plan on heading anywhere. She thought she was going to come out and go back in, and he drove off like, "You are coming with me." Why? Why? I got so much anger in me now. It hurts so bad, said Kenesha Brown, Kiara's mom. And that's what these weak-ass guys would do to you. You know what I'm saying? A lot of them get mad at me for telling the truth. Then women get mad at me for telling the truth about them too. But who cares? You know what I'm saying? If the shoe fit, wear it. The point is, stop being so damn weak. Stop being so damn, okay, we got digmatized. Stop being so vaginamatized. You know what I'm saying? Well, this vagina, this woman or whoever, done got you so wrapped up that you just can't let her go. Some things you just have to let go, especially if they don't want you. But you have people who would rather see you dead and they'll spend their life in prison or on a run than for you to be happy. Ain't that sad? I bet somebody clapping their hand off right now. Anyway, let's continue. Those who knew and loved Brown said she was hardworking and a fun-loving girl who was succeeding at Vincent High School. She was many things to many people. That was my oldest and that was my heart, said Kanisha Brown. That was my first grandchild, said Gwen Perry, Kiara's grandmother. Kiara was my best friend, my only best friend for 8 years. I'm about to graduate for her, go to prom for her. I'm going to live my life for her. And she will always live on in my soul, said Carissa Buns. Brown was set to graduate from Vincent High School this spring. She was going to graduate. She had dreams of becoming a model and artist, and she would have been a good model too, because she was a very beautiful young lady. The court commissioner ultimately set bail at $100,000 during his initial court appearance and shared a message for the public. It's one of those moments on why young people, in my estimation, should not be in possession of firearms. Inexperienced, unable to properly deal with your firearm, and then these sort of tragedies occur, Court Commissioner Robert Webb Jr. said. But also, it's not the gun fault. It's the person, because he could have used the knife and did just as much damage. He could have used the hammer and did just as much damage. It's the person. You know what I'm saying? These young teens who want to think they're adults, and you're not adults. I don't care. I used to be the same way when I was 18, 19, thinking that I knew everything, thinking I know more than people that done crossed that road, done been down the same road I'm trying to go. And true, you're not. You still don't know how to deal with your emotions. You feel me? Just like I used to go back and forth with my ex all the time back then. It was fun. I thought it was cute. And come to find out, as you get older, a little older, you know what I'm saying? It's not as fun as you think it is. I mean, come on. Let's go on and finish your story out. Now, if convicted, Patterson could face up to 60 years in prison, and he needs it too. Now, meanwhile, a GoFundMe account has been set up in Kiara's Brown honor, and I'm gonna leave that link to that page, that website. So if you all want to donate to Miss Kiara, you can donate to her funeral cause or whatnot. But let this lesson sink in right here. Let this be the moral of the story. When you have people from your past keep trying to come back into your life in the future, especially if you ended on bad terms. Remember, ended on bad terms, which means that it was drama, mean that it was a lot of domestic issues going on, whether it's fighting, police getting called over there. You don't need to have nothing else to do with that person, because you'll never know their true intentions. You see what I'm saying? So leave them alone and move on. And then if you feel that this person is harassing you and threatening you, notify your family, ask for advice, then notify the proper authorities. Let them know, if anything happened to me, it was this bastard. You know what I mean? Some people won't like that, but it's the truth. Because guess what? It's better that you be saved and sorry than be dead somewhere. Anyway, let me know what you all think about this story. Because it's a sad situation. This woman was so beautiful, and her life was cut short, ripped short by a guy who basically couldn't let her go. You know what I'm saying? Some guys like that. They think that they own you, that you're their property. But true enough, you don't own nobody but yourself. You don't really even own yourself. Anyway, let me know what you all think. If you like the video, push that like button. If you like, subscribe to the channel. Definitely share the video. And to Miss Kanisha Brown, the mom, you know what I'm saying? I wish you the best. You know what I'm saying? My sympathy goes out to you. But at the same time, we have to let people know about when it's time to let people go from the past. Because by this being her ex, evidently he was her ex for a reason. Let that sink in. Anyway, y'all stay blessed. I'm out.